welcome. This is new.
This
I
is
like
very new.
this. This is very, very new. Welcome to Pos per HQ. We haven't really worked out a name for this feature yet. We're workshopping it. So, any suggestions of what you think we should call this little feature that we're going to start doing? Please let us know. I'm David Wressell, and alongside myself in the beautiful Positive Perception branded merch, which I wasn't told I should wear as well. So now I feel a little bit bad. That's sat downstairs right now.
That's the memo out the window. I should have sent you that one.
Exactly. Yeah. Mark Raddenbury, good evening to you, sir. How's it going?
Good evening, David Wressell. I am very, very well. This was a bit of a brainchild of mine, wasn't it? Partly inspired by the good guys from Gridfinder, their little podcast series. We wanted to do something different for the race highlights. We wanted to do something different to connect with our community. And this is a complete trial, this first one. If you hate it, tell us. If you love it, tell us. If you want to see different things, again, just tell us. The DMs are always open on Discord, email, whatever. Just let us know.
Just don't tell us when my webcam decides to freeze, because during the preparation for this, it has frozen on multiple occasions. All I'm desperately hoping for is that it freezes at a point which is not unsettling on the eye.
Well, let's hope not. Should we just launch straight into the race highlights? We've started season 11. Can you believe we've hit season 11, David?
I know.
It's just mental.
I've been here since season 4. It's on the website because I won the first season I partook in fully. I can't remember if it's 4 or 5. It might even be 3. That's mad, yeah.
Yeah, it's 11 seasons. Again, we've got a packed grid. I think there was 46 drivers signed up for round 1. We saw 40 of them turn up, and it absolutely insane field. The first race was Kyalami in the heat. I'd just like to quickly shout out that I'm not running this series. This is all on Ash. He has stepped up. He is doing the points. He has organised the temperatures, the weather settings, and I can tell you the next round's going to be very spicy for the weather. But let's do it. Let's launch into the race highlights from round 1 of season 11 from Kyalami.
Absolutely. I'm glad you don't have to see me doing this, because otherwise this could be a little bit messy, couldn't it? Right. So, race start. Who are we on board with? We're on board with you, which is all appropriate. But yeah, Angus Fender. Of course it was Angus Fender on pole. Gilmore alongside him. There's a new name. There's quite a few new names, to be fair. There, Crescenzo, Staples, Machachetti. Probably butchered that name. This is one of those awkward moments, isn't it? First corner into Kyalami can always be a little bit of a fest. It kind of shows a similar ilk to Monza T1 sometimes, because I feel like everyone expects they can make moves. You've got sausage curves through the first couple of corners. You've really got all sorts, but it looks like Fender's made his way through cleanly. Everyone else looks like they've kind of largely kept themselves clean, although it's not what I recall people saying in the chatter afterwards. Is this pre or post red flag that happened?
This is post red flag. We did have one red flag.
Okay, fine.
Yeah.
So people have learnt their mistake at this point, and they've gone and said, right, okay, fine, we'll be a bit more sensible. To be fair, it looks pretty clean. I mean, Angus has gotten away very cleanly. He's got Gilroy behind him. John Earls in there. So we've got Simon Wilkes up near the top as well. Nice to see him back. Taken my number 5, which is very disappointing. Speaking of, in the Ferrari, Simon Wilkes, he's got Usai behind him. And he's got, I think it's, I don't know, D-Cray. I don't know what that stands for. I should know these by now. Here we go. Oh, send up the inside. That's a good move. Yes, very, very nice indeed. It's always, I mean...
Is that a Welsh police car as well?
I didn't know if it was a Welsh police car. It definitely gives me some cursed kind of vibes, though.
That's a
exactly that reason.
Headloo police car. Here's a name we know. Here's 2 names we know.
In fact, Paul Voinovich must have had a pretty hectic start. You wouldn't normally expect to see him this far down, but going to the final corner, a little bit sideways. Shows how much speed the BMW might have at a toe. Is he going to get past the Porsche again? I mean, the highlights are suggesting that it's an overtake from Voinovich on pole. I think that's the way around it's suggesting anyway. I'm sure that's the way the ACC tend to display them. But, there you go. It's got a bit deep. No, there you go. Clearly it was a move that then didn't become a move in the weirdest of senses. Sam Wilkes again, Dexter Cray. There you go. Oh, that's wide. Oh, God. Oh, dearie me. You tell you what, Mark, you held that well.
That was well held from Simon there. Oh no! Oh no!
Oh no! Billions. I mean, you could kind of see that coming from a mile off. Oh God, does BMW come back across the track? Can't tell whether she got caught up in anything else, but that is. I mean, you can see what's happened there. So he's gone wide. He's clipped the curb, and then is this actually? Oh no, this is different. This is different Easter, but yeah, just caught that curve, didn't he? That was the problem.
Everyone's done that, I think, in sim racing. We've all hit that little inside curb at Kyle Army, unsettled the car. For me, it was especially horrendous because I was in the Honda. So it was really just flinging me off left, right, and centre as we see a big battle pack here on lap 5. Christian Buckley, Danny McCutcheon, Craig Hewlett from the HSR, I want to call them. That's the team.
Well, yeah, new team now after you very kindly kicked off their fleet of liveries, if I'm not mistaken.
Indeed, that is one of mine that he's driving.
Lovely. I mean, I'm assuming he is in the McLaren because the Ferrari is a carbon car, which is not what you like to see, to be fair. But
yeah. Craig is indeed in the McLaren. Look at the pace on that Porsche as well. I believe that's Steve Derrick.
Yeah, it looks like it, doesn't it? That is seriously impressive. This is Ash Coupland under pressure from Giovanni Speranza. Is that Ash in? Oh no, it's Ash in the BMW. That's what I was going to say. That's not Ash in a Martini Ferrari, is it?
No, that's Mr. Cooper in the Martini Ferrari.
Very, very nice. See, I'm so out of touch with this. Ash is hosting things, and I've just gone. Do you know what? If Ash is looking after it, I'm not even going to have a look in. I feel like he's well on top of things. I mean, read into that how you will.
He's in my bad books because there's no livery showing for him.
Yeah, it's a very good point. We need to make sure that the guys tidy these up. This is Ash again. He's now on the back of that Martini Ferrari of Mr. Cooper. And Mark, who I've desperately need to remind him that he needs to make sure that his name is capitalised in the sim, because that drives me mad, my OCD. But that's a good move. It's one of those, that feels very Formula 1 different strategy sort of defence from Mark Cooper, if you know what I mean. I mean, I know you're not a massive Formula 1 guy, but it's one of those where he's gone, I'm not going to catch it. I'm not going to stop him. I might as well just let him go.
Oh no!
That's
look at
a
this.
Nice livery.
That's
look
a gorgeous livery.
Boy.
Absolute beauty. I think this is Freddie, who's about to get absolutely, even on corner exit Dusan there, just lit the blue touch paper. Look at the pace. That's incredible.
He's presumably running a low TC because that's the second time he's made that move, and he's gone very, very squirrely coming out of the final corner. It is a low speed one, and naturally these cars, although they do have touch control, can be a little bit difficult to manage, but he's getting very slippy slidey as he comes out of these corners, I have to say.
He was. These are two new names. Antonio Crescenzo, don't even think
Crescenzo?
about it. Yeah, that'll do. John Earl in the Porsche just ahead. I think.
I've raced John a few times. Very, very quick.
Yeah, he's one of the Fry guys, motorsport people, I believe. They've all seemed to have just come en masse and joined us for this season, which we're grateful for. Yeah,
they're normal. I don't know if they still are, but I know that recently they were part of Owned, or at least were kind of related to them in some way. That's how I've raced with John before. So yeah, no, he's quick, shall we say?
Yeah. Steve Derrick with another new one, Giovanni Speranza. I believe Giovanni's in the car ahead.
Yeah, Giovanni in the Ferrari 296 because we know Mark Cooper's on behind him. So yeah, it's definitely him. That's interesting Italian in the Italian car.
No, I believe that's Christopher ahead actually. So where the overtake happened, I don't know. Cheers ACC, you've done it again.
This is Speranza in the in this kind of. What's that? Is that like a bronze and purple Ferrari? You'd say?
I'd call it that. Yeah, it's not very Italian.
I was going to say it's not my cup of tea. Each their own. But that's Steve Derrick with Mark Cooper in between them. So I'm not really sure what this highlight is going to yield.
I don't know. It's a waiting game with the highlights, isn't it? Sometimes you just sort of you're hoping for action. You're hoping that ACC has picked up on the action, but it hasn't.
No, exactly that. Who's this?
We're with that group again.
Yeah, we're still with them. Mark Cooper, he's in that Coca-Cola liveried Ferrari once more. That's a very tight line.
Mark Christopher.
Sorry. Oh, God. Too many Mark C's, that's the problem. Yeah, he took a again, I'm not sure. I'm assuming he's going to make a mistake at some point in the nice way possible. I don't mean that in a bad way, but I'm assuming a mistake is coming in. That's how Steve's going to get the position.
What I did spot in the background actually was Mark Cooper making a move or being overtaken there.
Oh, that's a wobbly Porsche. Costas Bavudas. And that's going to give. Oh, I like this back on the grid. I did wonder if he'd be back at this point. I hadn't seen much from him recently. Nice to see him back. That's making the most of someone else's mistake, really, isn't it? That move. It's classic.
Yeah, opportunistic, definitely. Mark's got the full beams on there as well, so possibly Costas. He's an AM driver. Maybe he was just put off a little bit by the silver class Mark.
Yeah, very possible indeed. But nice to see Mark back on the grid. You're on there and Giovanni Speranza once more. He's still involved. We'll come back to this livery in a bit more detail, I'm sure, a little bit later on. No spoilers, please. So what's going to happen here? Speranza is a couple of cars ahead. So we've got Mark Cooper. Then we've got, that is Simon Wilkes, isn't it, who's ahead of them. Then you've got Speranza ahead of them as well. So again, I'm not entirely sure where the moves get back to come from. That is Joran getting very, very sideways in the Audi.
He did say the Audi was an absolute handful. But I'd like to point out, that's lap 17, and they're still neck and neck, nose to tail. That's incredible.
It's quite something, isn't it? Is Ranch Kelsey getting past and getting the better of Dave Edwards? As he goes, that's a nice move. That's a really nice move.
Chapeau to Range there. One of the nicest guys in sim racing, I think, Range is. And he'll love me for saying
100%. 100%. Very respectful, very appreciative of everything that people say about him. And it's really nice to have him in the league as well. It's always good to see. Here comes. So Simon looks up the inside of Steve Derrick into the hairpin at the top of the hill. It's weird. I'm used to doing the commentary. I haven't even got my track map in front of me. So I can't remember what half these corners are. Can't remember what half of these corners are named.
Looks like Steve Derrick was trying to do the up and over there as well, just to cut back on him. It looks. Oh, is he going to look? Is he? That Porsche.
Oh, he thought about it, didn't he?
That Porsche looked very squirrely under brakes. Where is Steve Derrick's brake bias, I wonder?
He's in that horrible no man's land of being between two cars, one that he probably wants to make the move on, one he can't. So he's stuck in it. He's another Italian, Giorgio Danini. That's a fun name to say, going up the inside of David Edwards up the hill as he's got a bit of a battered and bruised McLaren, but looks like he gets that move done. That is Vojinovic behind him, but I think he's a lap ahead, so these guys are lagging behind a little bit.
I don't think Dusan's running any traction control, looking at the fact his car just got extremely squirrely coming out of there.
Yeah. Either none or very, very low. You're talking, I mean, probably maybe even just one or nothing, like you say.
Yeah. I believe, chatting to a few of the guys that run the BMW a lot, 1 or 0 is the key for that car. It's absolutely mental.
They've changed the meta because it used to be quite a high traction control car suited it, didn't it?
Yeah, it's really bizarre. But hey, the esports guys, they know what they're doing, don't they?
Exactly. You got to find every loophole you can, and you got to exploit it. I remember there was, I don't know if it's still the case, but there was something similar with zero TC on the McLaren as well. Once you got out of the initial kind of corner exit, you could put it on TC 0 and you'd get so much more traction out of the corner. But if you left it on, it was really, really strange.
Absolutely incredible. I don't know what ACC's doing right now, but I don't see Joran going for a dive on Dusan. With the greatest respect, Joran.
I mean, there's probably influence because he's a bit more sensible than that.
Oh, no, he is. Look at that, side by side. Into the sausage.
Is not the place you want to do it? Oh, Vojinovic, look there. Dusan's kind of let him through there, which is interesting. Yeah. Dexter Cray, under pressure.
The police are under pressure. It is. I am. That is a fantastic. That's a beautiful move there. Just opportunistic up the side.
Impressive from Gifrida. He's made the police look silly. I wonder where we've heard that before.
Now, where's the blue lights? That's what I'm wondering though.
Oh, see, in other sims you can set a light colour like that. That'd be great if we could have a bit of that, Mr. Guys at Kunos. Mr. Sorry.
Dexter Craig, make sure you get blue lights on your car for next time, please. We'd love to see
note to self. Well, we've got the what's the, I can't remember what the lights are on the org lights. I can't.
Yeah, LED lights.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Could have had something like that.
That'd be fun to do. Go on, Dexter. There's your goal for the second round. Get me some blue lights.
Rest of the season, get it done. So this one's even more interesting. I mean, this is suggesting that. Oh, well, I was about to say that's suggesting that Simon Wilkes is overtaking Rich Pixley. He's not. He's overtaken. I think that's Lisa Louise. I guess. But that wasn't Rich Pixley.
No, this is Colin Dunlow and Anna Foster. This battle raged behind me.
Oh, that is you, isn't it?
That
Yeah.
is me. I'm the lone Honda. I was the quickest Honda. I'd like to point that out.
Were you the only Honda?
Yes. But
Sorry,
this,
I shouldn't have said anything really. That wasn't very fair.
But this was near the end of the race. This was the last 15 minutes or so, and this was an incredible battle we had between the four of us. It's absolutely mental. As we see Luca Mari, I can do that name.
Yeah, that's another. He's got. I mean, I'm assuming that's you lot in the gaggle ahead of him on track.
Yeah. He was going around to lap us, and he was probably thinking, "Oh God, there's 4 cars. Have they seen me?"
Yeah, it's yeah. You probably, especially when you know you've got someone like not too far behind. So at this point, what, he's 7 seconds back.
Yep.
Like when you've got people battling. Oh, it's you. It's you on the.
I'm not going to commentate. This is on you. You can do this one.
This is going to be so. Come through the first couple of corners. Come up towards. I think it's Barbecue is the third corner, which is this left-hander here. Important to get a good exit, and I mean, you didn't need a good exit because Poe just gave you the room essentially.
He locked up ever so slightly. I was on comms with him when he did it, and he kept me honest for 4 or 5 laps. Absolutely, he's really come on as that lad.
I think everyone's improving, to be fair. I mean, you can see it from where they're being classified in the results now. Like not in a sense of where they're finishing in the race, but like if you look at Joran Omlo, like he started. I know he's probably should have been a little bit higher when he first started, but started in Am, went to Silver, now in Pro. You've got Colin moving up from Am to Pro. You've got Jamie Buchanan. I think he's Silver now, if I'm not mistaken. Like you say, you've got Pro in there as well, still in the Am category, but still showing kind of market improvement. We've seen it quite a lot. I'd like to say we enable progression in the sim racing field. I'm thinking of what's his name?
We definitely
Peter
nurture
Phillips.
the talent.
Yeah, Mr. Phillips is the one I'm thinking of.
Yes. Oh, as we see a mistake there by Alberto Usai, gifting that to Christian Buckley. I think that's near the last laps as well.
I was going to say top 10 finish in the last couple of laps. You'd think it's an hour-long race, so 35 laps maybe is the distance.
35,
all depends
36.
It all depends on how far Angus goes, because I'm imagining at this point, I've seen him at the top of the tyre, assuming he is kind of jetted off into the sunset.
Yeah, lights to flag for Angus of Fenders. As we see Mr. Christopher, and again, Sperenza. You've made the stream multiple times.
So when you watch it back, you need to appreciate the fact that you've been on it on multiple occasions.
Yeah.
It's more, to be fair, it's more than just multiple occasions. It's been pretty much probably 50% of what we've seen.
Yeah,
has
70%.
Been with him.
And this
but again, we've seen quite a lot of the Welsh police car as well.
I've seen quite a lot of the Welsh police car. I'm haunted by that now.
So this is so Christian Buckley is clearly another Five Guys motorsport driver, because that is exactly the same livery as what John L's running on the Porsche, and it says Union on the back. So I am confirming. I'm not 100% happy with the massive white logo on the door, though.
I don't know. I quite like that. I quite like. It looks like a sticker that's just been slapped on.
I need my decals to merge in better. Personally, that's just my preference, but I suppose being livery designers, we're entitled to our different opinions, and we'll both agree that you're wrong.
Thanks. Yeah. Yeah, Ben. This looks like Christian's going to get a run on Dexter.
Looks like it indeed.
Under brakes?
He's not that close.
Oh, no.
He looked at it. He was doing the old mirror torturers.
Yeah, no,
our good friend Chris Hannibal likes to use.
Yeah, I've driven the BMW, but I haven't driven the Ferrari, so I couldn't tell you what it was like. And here he is. Here's Angus. We saw him at the start.
The race finished there. Yeah, 36 laps.
Now we'll see him at the end.
To be fair though, lights to flag only 8 seconds ahead of Gilroy behind him, so not too much of a gap in the end. Yeah. He's been kept relatively honest. I mean, what's that? 13 seconds over the line as Angus comes across to win that one. That's not too bad, I think.
No, that's absolutely brilliant. As I'm going to now click back to the studio, David, I think your webcam's broken again. Oh, no,
I it's all up here, mate. I watched it fail whilst we were watching the broadcast. I unplugged it, I plugged it back in, and I left it off until I knew we were coming back. What I did need to do, though, this is the high caliber of product need. There we go. That's what I should have done right at the top of it. I thought I'd managed to filter myself quite nicely, but let's do that as well.
That's fantastic. I would like to point out John Earl, he signed himself up in silver. He's now moved up to pro.
Cheeky boy.
Peter Staples. Now this is even more cheeky. Signed himself up in AM. He's gone up to pro. So there was a couple of little changes we had to make post first race, but we always say that we always have to move them around a little bit, and keep the regulars happy, shall we say?
It's a very fluid class system, isn't it?
It is.
That's the right way to put it.
Yeah, I mean we try not to demote. We'd rather promote every time, and unfortunately for me, that means I've ended up back in pro for this season.
We didn't know what was going to happen. It was on its way. You managed to wangle your way out of pro.
Yeah.
What did we give you? We gave you a season, didn't we?
I think it was 2 seasons actually. Yeah. I suffered at the back end of the field. Shall we look at the standings? Shall we see?
Let's have a look through. Let's see how they're set for next round. So what have we got? Angus. I mean, naturally, these are just where they finished in the race. I mean, this is the overall standings first. So Angus Fender, Ben Gilroy, John Earl, Antonio Crescenzo, Philip Staples, your top 5, all separated by 2 or 4 points apiece. Who else have we then got? We've got Adam Isalovic. Relatively kind of quiet race for him, it seemed. I know we're only basing it on the what am I looking for? Usually words. We're only basing it on the highlights, but didn't see much of him. Simone Gifrida, sorry, and then Dexter Cray, Christian Buckley taking the silver class win and second place. Alberto Usatic third in that one. Let's have a little further down look.
Oh, that means you want me to scroll, yeah?
I was going to say that's normally when we scroll through.
I'm on the wrong page for that. Here we go. There we go. That was better.
We'll smooth this up as we go on, ladies and gentlemen. Don't you worry. Costas Bavudas is taking the AM class victory. Poe second in class, good for him, and then Dave Edwards third in class. A really good result for both of those guys. And we've got a few people. Don't get me wrong, the overall standings don't read too much when you get down to this level. So although you've got the likes of Kelsey, Edwards, Dionini, and all that sort of lot, they'll be looking at their class standings anyway. So they've got no points in the overall class, but if we scroll down, you can see we've got the pro class there. So everyone in pro class scoring points, which is great to see. Yourself, Mark, there in 12th place, just behind Joran.
I'd like to put him ahead of Ash as well. That's.
I was going to say, ahead of Ash. Yeah. I'm not sure what happened to him. Ash is how do you put it? He's liable for a busy race. Is our Ash, isn't he?
Oh yeah, he likes a good race. I think he had a bit of a collision at the start. There was a little bit of carnage in corner 2, maybe 3, but he picked himself up. He still finished, which is good.
It is a tough one. Kyalami is not the easiest track in the world, especially those first few corners. Very tight, very twisty. It can be easy to get those offsets, especially when you've got the sausage curbs at your risk as well. So it's something to be mindful of. Again, everyone getting points in the silver class, as we know. Obviously, this is what we say. Like, your points for finishing, as long as you get to the end of it, there's a very high likelihood. In fact, it's almost impossible not to score points if you get to the end of the race. So it's always important. See that very heavy on the Ferraris in the silver class, has to be said. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 7 Ferraris. I think I count there in the top 16. So just under half. A couple of Porsches and M4s littered in there as well, which is always nice to see.
It's a very mid-engine field, the silver class.
Yeah, I like to see Colin there in the Lamborghini as well, the lesser spotted.
He is good with
a little bit. He is. He does suit it very nicely. It's one of those, isn't it? You find a car you suit. Yes. And it's very difficult to move away from it. I found that with the Aston Martin on ACC. I don't really do a huge amount of ACC anymore, but yeah, the Aston's probably the one I'll go back to. The McLaren's probably there for me. But everyone does typically have a car they kind of, you magnetise back to, don't you?
Oh, definitely. Interesting to see 2 Porsche 992s at the top of the AM. A notoriously difficult car to drive, but fair play to Costas and Pau. That's fantastic effort, and really nice to see a V8 Vantage, David Edwards, in third as well.
Absolutely.
I was about to say mistake there. Fifth
I was actually going to mention I was going to mention the Porsche because you're absolutely right. Like it infamously a very difficult car to handle. I've driven I drove it when I first started using ACC way back when, and immediately struggled.
Yeah, I think
it was not the easiest car to drive.
I do remember starting with SimSport Racing International, as they're now known, and I used the Porsche 991 the second gen one. I used it for one of their seasons. I used it at Hungary the first round, and oh my days, horrible experience.
I thought you were going to say it was good.
No, it was absolutely horrendous. I don't think I spent any of the race pointing the right way. I soon shifted gears and went to the glorious sound of the AMR V8. But obviously, then I found the best sounding car in the game. I went to the M6, which absolute beauty. Let's be honest.
If you can't beat it, got to try it, haven't you?
Really
I will always vouch for my V8 Advantage. It's never failed me.
No, I did last season in it, and that's how I got promoted to pro. Maybe I should have stayed in it, but
I was going to say, yeah, so you've decided to go for the infamously difficult to handle Honda NSX.
I have, and
yeah, smart.
I like it. I love the sound of the Honda. It's an absolutely beautiful machine. Sounds really, really good.
If you're going to spend a whole season in it, it might as well sound nice, no?
Yeah, 100%. Shall we look at some liveries that we've done? Well, I say we.
I was going to say.
These are all mine, boys and girls, from the last month or so, maybe. Going to kick things off with Joran Omlo's absolutely gorgeous tribute to Mr. Block. Monster Energy Racing Audi, which you would have seen just now in the stream. I believe he's using it on a Ginetta as well, actually.
I'll say the showroom pictures don't do that justice. It's the on-track ones that really sell it off.
Do you know what? I can't pronounce this guy's name. Walter Zwijdes. He's an actual real-life racing driver. We did the livery before he even saw his car in real life. This one, oh, what a beauty. This is for the Ginetta League. This is the Pink Bull for Mr. Mark Cooper and Miss Louise Keane. That's going to look absolutely fantastic on track tomorrow night, isn't it? Let's be honest.
It is a beauty.
Absolutely gorgeous.
You've actually got the font spot on the Red Bull bit or the Pink Bull bit as well.
I did indeed. This is Jamie Buchanan's. This is a replica of the 2Cs Motorsport. I think they're using this for British GT and possibly World GT or whatever it's called now. I can't remember.
GTR, GTWRC, is it? I can't remember.
Yeah, this one, another replica, Angus Fender. This was his first Ginetta. He got me to replica this in-game for the Ginetta series. Can you spot the theme here? We're doing a Ginetta series. It brought back good memories, I think, except for gravel taps in Donington Park. The last one, this one I just recently completed. This is for the ARL guys over in America. A multi-layered beauty. It has, if I can pause this at the right point, there's a base layer of chrome, followed by another layer of satin metallic, followed by a top layer of gloss for the logos. It looks absolutely gorgeous on track, and the guy's blown away by it, basically. Absolutely lovely.
It does look. I've been privy to those conversations, and I have to say I cannot for the life remember the guy's name, but George. I see it all the time. Jordan, that's the George. Sorry,
yeah.
I see it, and I just see him, and he sits there and goes, "I love it so much."
Yeah. I honestly, George, I need to do more of that livery. Just let me know when you want more. I am really up for doing more. Can you? So you're obviously our iRacing guru, and next time when we do this, I think we need to get some iRacing shots in.
I need to get some liveries done in that case.
Obviously, we can do multiple layers in ACC. Can you do that in iRacing? Is that doable?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, it's actually relatively simple. You can actually have more layers in iRacing than you can ACC. I'm just going to throw that out there. Not that it's competition, of course.
No.
But they use spec maps, so it all gets turned into, as the technical term goes, ones and zeros. So I can have any number of different materials, basically.
Very similar to how AC of old used to operate with doing the spec maps.
Yeah, exactly. So what we do is we save the normal design file that have all the normal colours in it. We'll then save the spec map on top of that. It's one of those, if someone wants something particularly complex, it can become a little bit fiddly, especially if you're not prepared and you don't merge everything into the right folders and group it all together and that sort of thing. But
we have done fiddly.
Yeah, I've been doing it on our liveries, our team livery, over the last couple of weeks. I've been going through and trying to tidy up all of our old versions of it with the new spec maps. We've got the right finishes on them. It's been easier on the ones I was more prepared on and actually folded properly. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah. Right. This has gone on for half an hour so far. This is incredible. But let's crack on with the next event. Let's crack on. Let's look at the season 11. Season 11. Oh my God. GT3 for season 11. So we've just done Kyalami. We are then off to the pouring rain, apparently, of Paul Ricard. Then we will be the
Watch out for the puddles.
Oh, it's very. From what I've heard, it's very wet, which I'm gutted about because the Honda's got fantastic straight line speed, and it's all for nothing. It's like Ash has a vendetta against me for this one.
I mean, you're still going to be able to go fast in a straight line. It's a very long straight.
Yeah, but I'll be going fast in a straight line. I'll hit some water and then I'll spear off into the barrier, which is 10 miles from the circuit. I'll still hit it.
Yeah, fair point.
After there, we are off to one of my all-time favourite circuits, Imola.
Oh, beautiful!
A gorgeous circuit. Where was there this weekend? Hypercars and
the Wreck was there, wasn't it?
They were there. Oh, the highlights! If you can catch them on YouTube, go and watch them. Absolutely fantastic.
They're on my watch later list at the moment.
Get it done. Get it done, David. Come on.
Bedtime watching, you know how it goes.
I do. Imola, then we go to Indianapolis, I believe. Yes, Indianapolis.
It is, yes. Indianapolis, yes. Checked it.
There is a little gap there. Normally it's 2 weeks. That's a bit more than 2 weeks there, and I will point out why in a bit. From Indianapolis, we are off to one of the newest circuits on the calendar, and the newest circuits in ACC. It is Red Bull Ring. And following that, we have an epic to finish. We have 90 minutes at Donington Park with 2 mandatory pit stops for that one. So it's going to be.
I mean, it'll probably be at least 3 mandatory pit stops because everybody's going to get a drive-through.
Possibly, and I have seen the weather settings.
Say no more. Say no more.
So there you go. The next event is that's not pause. That's pause. There we go. The next event is the 2nd of the 5th. It is Paul Ricard. 1 stop for fuel, which may turn into tyres if it dries up, or if it starts dry and goes wet. Who knows? Who knows? Go on. We'll just skip on to the next one. This one starts tomorrow. This is my little baby. This is GT4 Season 3, the Ginetta Super Cup. We are starting at Valencia. We are then heading over to, this is me trying to remember the calendar,
Zandvoort.
Yep, then we go to Zandvoort. Then I think it's Watkins Glen. Yes, it's Watkins Glen.
Are you checking the event list as we go, or shall I check this?
I am just completely making this up as I go along because we know what I'm like.
It is Watkins Glen.
It is Watkins Glen. Now the big test. What is the one after that? Is it? I didn't put Snetterton in it.
Shall I call it its famous nickname, the Little Nordschleifer?
Ah, we're off to Alton Park, Colin Dunn's all-time favourite track. Following that, can you say the last one, David? Because
your least favourite track.
It brings me out in a rash.
You actually know it. You just don't want to say it. I see.
Go on.
I don't know if it's got an actual name. Like, you know how Indianapolis is the brickyard and all that sort of stuff. I don't like it either. Home of the corkscrew and not much else. Laguna Seca to wrap off the GT4 season.
Moving swiftly on from that horrible circuit. Tomorrow night's Valencia is a sprint race format, so it's 2 25-minute races. No stops for tyres. I will get this sorted at some point, boys and girls. There's 37 drivers signed up now, I think.
Nice.
We've got a teams championship going on, so 2 drivers per team. But because of the amount of people that didn't have a team, I've had to sort of chuck in another class, as it were. We have the independent championship as well. So that's going to be, all your Matt Neals of old. They're going to hopefully win £1 million, which they're not going to do because I haven't got £1 million to give you. Sorry, boys and girls.
Quick disclaimer on that one. I like it.
Yeah. Now, the all-important other event I need to mention is the big one. It is the 24 Hours of Silverstone multi-class GT3, GT4 1st and 2nd of June, raising bucket loads of cash for the Christie Foundation charity. This one will be hopefully live streamed by young David over there. It's a great opportunity to just get a bucket load of cash arranged for a fantastic charity, and have fun with your mates. That's the main thing.
100%.
Yeah,
100%. Not what I can say for my most recent 24-hour endeavour.
I tell you what, we'll do team news next time. I'm gonna have some good news from the team. I think that's probably the best way to do it.
I'm not sure what we'll have done by that point, but yeah, let's hope we do. Because
I'll throw a load of events at you and go, right, go on, get on with it.
host an event where just we take part and we'll win it, and then we won't tell anyone how many people took part. We'll just go, yeah, look at how well we did. We came 1st, 2nd, and 3rd.
Yeah, we'll just make it up. We'll make it up. You heard it. You didn't hear it. We didn't say this.
Yeah, close your ears, boys and girls. Close your ears.
Guys, this has been an interesting experiment. Please, let us know what you think. Please DM us. Throw it in general chat in the Discords, because we have 3 Discords. 4, but we're not including the team one, are we? Come on.
Yeah, fair point. Yeah.
But I imagine we'll get some stuff from our team drivers, which we probably won't be able to publish. If you've enjoyed it, thank you. If you haven't, sorry. I've been Mark Raddenbury, at a small flat in the Forest of Dean. Which way is the camera? It's that way. That we're going to work on this.
Smooth.
That one, my camera's reversed. I've just realised.
They always are.
Yeah, that's really annoying.
It's really uncomfortable.
That is David Wressell over there. Thank you very much for watching, and until the next time, see you later.
Bye.